Bitch, I want my money, better get it in advance. This was for the honeys, girl, now let me see you dance. Whoa, 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 how you fit it in your pants? Hit it with no rubber, but I keep the rubber bands. Bitch, I want my money back.
So what if some of the coaches that were NBA players back in the day decided, you know what? I bet you I can play better than you scrubs out there. And they decide, you know what? I'm going to lace them up one more time, and I'm going to show you that I can still ball. So I've assembled some of the coaches who were players back in the day and put them on their current team. So Jason Kidd on the Bucks. Now I know Jason Kidd got fired, but he was a coach to start the season. So we put him with the Bucks. Tyronn Lue with the Cavs. And I want to see one team that's going to be very interesting. The Golden State Warriors. Now, we know that Steve Kerr is one of the best shooters probably ever. So, if you sub him in for Steph Curry, how will it affect the Warriors? Will they still win the championship with a 74 overall Steve Kerr? So, we're going to find out. So, the teams with head coaches now as players are as followed. The Bucks with Jason Kidd. The Bulls... I forgot who's the head coach for the Bulls. It's Fred Hoiberg. The Cavs with Tyronn Lue. The Clippers have a father-son duo of Doc and Austin Rivers. Who else is around here? The Knicks with Jeff Hornacek. The Lakers, Luke Walton. The Pacers with Nate McMillan, I think his name is. I don't really follow these other teams, I'm sorry. The Warriors with Steve Kerr, and the Wizards with Scott Brooks. And don't ask me about Steve Carlisle. I couldn't find him. I looked high and low, and I could not find Rick Carlisle. And I'm going to control all these teams, make sure that the players, or the coaches, I'm sorry, are starting. So, let's see how it goes. Alright, so for the time being, I'm going to control the Warriors. Hopefully the CPU doesn't mess up my rotation, because I've had to do this like 3 times already because they kept putting Steph Curry back at the starting point guard for Golden State. But I turned everything off. I turned injuries off, trade, everything. So we should be fine. So we're going to sim to the halfway point of the season, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so the only reason I didn't show the whole season simming through is because there's a whole bunch of messages that kept popping up. But anyway, Golden State is 39-19, putting them 4th in the conference. I'm going to take a look at the standings. Alright, so none of the teams with coaches. Well, the Clippers are right behind us. Looks like Doc and Austin Rivers are putting in work. And let's take a look at our other teams. Washington is 26-31. The Bucks are in first place in the East. Jason Kidd, 96 overall, is just destroying over there. The Knicks are in second. Looks like Jeff Hornacek is also putting in some work over there. And my Miami Heat are not in the playoff picture. That's upsetting. We got the Bucks in first. Bulls are 25-32. The Cavs are 33-23 with Tyronn Lue at point guard. And the Clippers and the Knicks. Surprised that the Knicks are actually in second place. That's crazy. And the Lakers 11-46. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Looks like Luke Walton is... Oh my Lord. Look at all those L's. Alright, so let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers here. We have... Where's Luke Walton? Averaging 6 a game. Yeah, that's pretty subpar. Lonzo Ball, let's see what Lonzo's doing. Averaging 8 a game. Kind of like in real life. That's interesting. The Knicks, Jeff Hornacek averaging 15 a game. And Porzingis averaging 25. That is pretty scary duo. Yeah, they're in second place in the East. Go figure. The Clippers, Austin Rivers actually averaging more than his dad. His dad is averaging 8.4. He's averaging 12.2. Would you look at that? Let's see what Tyronn Lue is doing for the Cavs. So Tyronn Lue averaging 10 a game. with 4.2 assists per game. LeBron and Kevin Love. And why the hell is D-Wade still on the Cavs? Whatever. We're just going to ignore that. But Kevin Love and LeBron doing a whole lot of carrying for Cleveland. So Fred Hoiberg averaging, Jesus Christ, the Bulls have so many players averaging double digits. Good Lord. Fred Hoiberg averaging 9.8 for the Bulls. So, Jesus, Chicago. Giannis averaging 22.5 a game. With Jason Kidd behind him averaging 19.9. Damn near 20 points a game. Scott Brooks for Washington averaging 8 points a game with 5 assists. No John Wall here. No John Wall. Scott Brooks took his place. He said, John Wall, you're gone. I'm going in. And Bradley Beal averaging 22. So now let's take a look at the most interesting scenario. Klay Thompson and Durant doing a whole lot of carrying for the Golden State Warriors. Steve Kerr averaging 11 points per game with 7 assists per game. I mean, it's not good. Well, actually, it's good, but it's not great. Steph Curry must be sitting back thinking, damn, I know I can do better than that. Alright, so we're going to sim to the end of the season and see where this goes. I'm actually going to stick with the Lakers, and then we'll see the rest of the teams that I'm controlling. So, let's go. So at the end of the season, Russell Westbrook wins the MVP. We don't really care about that. Simmons wins Rookie of the Year. Jeremy Lin. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, so that's from one of the teams we're controlling. Chris Dunn, Most Improved Player. Do the Bulls still have like a million players still averaging double digits? I gotta look at that. And Mike D'Antoni wins Coach of the Year. Alright, so the standings are as followed. Houston and Oklahoma are the first and second seed. Then it's the Golden State Warriors at third. So Klay and Durant were able to carry the Warriors to the third seed. And Steve Kerr as well, but you know, it was mostly Durant and Klay Thompson. The Clippers are the fifth seed. And, oh, my bad. And then let's take a look at, Jesus Christ, the Lakers. They lost 64 games. Good God almighty. LA, I feel sorry for you. Hey, but look at the bright side. You're probably going to get a number 1 pick. And in the eastern side of things, Jason Kidd and Giannis just went off to lead the Milwaukee Bucks to the first seed with 55 wins. And the Sixers are right behind them. And Jeff Hornacek and Kristaps Porzingis carried the Knicks to the third seed. And Cleveland's right behind them with Tyronn Lue and LeBron. And Washington is the 8th seed. Scott Brooks. I guess when they say that the Wizards are playing better with John Wall, they're not kidding around. And the Heat knocked out. How did the Orlando Magic finish in front of the Heat? Okay, whatever. So let's go to the playoffs. Actually, wait, we still have one more team. The Indiana Pacers. They got knocked off in the playoff. They got knocked out of the playoffs by Miami and Orlando and Washington. So, Indiana, 37-45. I mean, it's not good, and it's not great. So let's go to the playoffs. Alright, so in the Eastern Conference, we have Jason Kidd and his Bucks against Scott Brooks and his Wizards. We have Tyronn Lue and his Cavs going up against the Raptors. Jeff Hornacek and his Knicks against the Pistons. And then we have the Sixers against the Celtics. Man, the Celtics only finished the 17th with Kyrie Irving. I never noticed that. Then we have the Rockets and the Nuggets. Austin Rivers' Clippers against the Spurs. Golden State going up against Memphis with Steve Kerr. And the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we're going to go ahead and sim the first round. And just like that, our first team has been eliminated. The Clippers are out of the playoffs. just like that. And the Wizards as well. So let's see what happened here. The Spurs beat the Clippers 4-2. Warriors in 5 games beat the Memphis Grizzlies. The Knicks took it to 7 with Detroit. And the Cavs in 6 games took it to the Raptors. And the Bucks also advanced. So let's sim the next round. And the Cavs get swept by the Bucks. Jason Kidd and Giannis were too much. And Golden State is eliminated in 7 games to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It looks like Durant and Klay Thompson just could not put up with it anymore. They just couldn't carry anymore. And they just fell off in the playoffs. The lack of a Stephen Curry made a huge difference for the Golden State Warriors. But the Bucks are still in it. The Bucks are the last hope for the coaches to win this thing. The last team that I'm controlling, so we'll see how it goes. And the Bucks absolutely ransacked the Philadelphia 76ers. Swept in the conference finals. And they're going against the Houston Rockets, which I assume have James Harden and Chris Paul still. And I need to see the stats for this game. Giannis put up 27. Jason Kidd didn't do much, but Chris Middleton stepped up. And yeah, just like that, the Bucks are in the finals. So here we go. I'm going to simulate game by game. Houston takes game 1. Houston takes game 2. Houston takes game 3. Alright, so this game I'm going to simulate it with Simcast. Because if the Rockets win this, they'll sweep the series. So here we go. Simulate game. And it looks like the Rockets swept the Milwaukee Bucks. It looks like Giannis and Jason Kidd, which is not enough. And Harden and CP3 got the best of them. And the Rockets are the NBA Finals champions. And James Harden, he averaged 36 a game. He just went ham. Jesus. Well, I guess that's what would happen if coaches that were former players came back to their current teams. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.